of like who I am. I'm building my business with a view to having a family, but I'm not going to let that get in the way. So I still want to grow my business, and I want to keep working until I fall off the edge, and I think the way the government's going, that's probably every chance that's going to happen. So what I'm building here, I'm doing for the love of what I'm creating, and if money wasn't a problem, I'd still be doing this. So I want to show you a little bit about who I am, just to give you guys a little bit of understanding about why Bob thought it was a good idea to put me up in front of you. And I thought I'd start off with a topical picture. This is me at 13. You can find a lot of information about me online. You can't see that picture, thankfully. It's probably one of the last times my brother was shorter than me. He got married at the weekend, and he's kind of up here now. So that was when I was able to have the upper hand in sibling rivalry. But one of the other reasons why I put that picture up was because I was 13 at the time. I was second row. I was female, growing a lot taller than the boys. It doesn't work like this in this room anymore. But they put me in because I was tall and I had the height advantage, but actually the best thing was that boys didn't know where to tackle me at the time. So as a second rower, I was great at scoring tries, and I played rugby for about 13 years. I had to stop because the black eyes weren't doing me any good as a sales job. People questioning that my boyfriend was beating me up, and if I did say I played rugby, well then all the other stories about soap and showers all came out as well. But it's a good talking point, and I think that's really what's important about all your businesses. We've talked today about GFI being a people-orientated company, and you know that if you all just went out to business all together and said to me as a customer, we sell GFI, I'm going to say, so do you all sell GFI? And what really differentiates you is who makes up your business, the people, the profile, the type of personality your business exudes. And sometimes you know that businesses don't work with you because they just don't like you. You know, there'll be people in the room just looking at me going, I just don't like you. But I'm here to share stuff with you, so please listen. But this is kind of what I look like today. That was me a few weeks ago. Working on behalf of CompTIA out in Vegas, and I was presenting to vendors about how it's really important to come over to the UK and treat us very differently to the way that US works. We all know that, we've all seen that working with US vendors. And my life started at the age of 13 when my dad said, I'm going to leave the meat trade and I'm going to go into IT and I'm going to start up a reselling business. And my mum freaked out because my dad was the MD of the largest meat distribution company in the UK, and he wanted to go into small business. And we all know what running a small business is like. It's quite scary. Stress isn't sort of like, you can't even describe some of the stress some people go through. And that's why it's important to have the right people surrounding you. And Dad was really lucky that he had a supportive wife and a supportive family. And in fact, my first toy was a go-kart. And he got me into pinhole photography, and I learnt Morse code, and I went on, he was a radio ham, so I was electric, so any doll that I got given, I basically pulled the head off and worked out how it fitted. There's a reason why I'm telling you this, is because it's very easy to look at me and think, oh, she must be marketing, because that's where most women are in the IT industry. Well, you laugh, it's true, there are 2 wolf whistles today in the room, and the ladies will nod because they probably heard it. But actually my background is technical. I was an SBS MVP whilst SBS, God rest its soul, was popular, 2003. But I've also, that was also in recognition of the work that I did with lots of other resellers. So whilst I was in business development for my parents' business, I realised that my strengths were different to other people's strengths, and very often they were competitors. So I learned at a very early age that strategic partnering with people who were technically my competitors were actually a real strength for me. So I started to realise that the definition of IT wasn't all about speeds and feeds. If you break down the word, it means information technology. And it was being a business that understood how information flowed, was stored, was archived, how people got it. And if we look at where we are now, that's essentially why managed services exists. Because the amount of wizards and the ease of technology now to deploy, well, where do we fit? You know, the knowledge between the end user and the vendor is actually reducing. So where does everybody in the room start to fit? And again, I hate to play the cliche, but it goes back to your people.